Hello everyone and welcome back to the Discord tier list. Now, I did a tier list a while ago on a different channel. If you can find it, good luck. It's very hard to find, I would say, so you're probably not going to find it. But I decided, hey, it's been a while. We haven't done a tier list. Now, some rules that I got to place by the tier list. I am extremely biased against some people on this tier list. So, people's position will not be good. Secondly, not everybody gave me a picture for this one, so I just kind of had to, like, scramble to get some. But the people that I had to scramble to get some will get F. And, secondly, not everybody from last time will be back included in this list, and some people that weren't even in last time will come back. So, let's just start off with the first picture, which is Ace. Now, Ace is, this is just his profile picture, it's not the actual person, in case you were wondering. But Ace is a pretty cool dude, honestly. Like, he does pretty cool stuff, he's, pretty energetic, he joins a lot of games, he's pretty fun, I gotta be honest with him. He's one of my, honestly, if I had to choose my top 10, like, Discord people, I would put him in the top 10. But, just a little bit of things, I'm gonna put him in the A tier. He's not very good at, speaking in the game that ever represents. So we're gonna put him in A for now. You know, just putting it back there. Next, we're gonna go with disgruntled. Disgruntled. This is a profile picture again. Now, disgruntled is okay-ish, but of course, a little bit of things are needed to be the best, and he's not really there. First of all, he's a Canadian, which obviously gives him some points, but he's missing some key values like voting for anything other than Pierre Poilievre. So, you know, he's got some deep wins, but, you know, he's a pretty cool dude. I don't really dislike him that much, so I'm just going to put him in the C tier for now, you know. Maybe I'll change him later, but for now, C tier is pretty okay for him. Next, we're going to go Doom. Now, Doom, he's a great guy. As you can see, he didn't give me his profile picture, but I had to, you know, I had to add him in here because he's the new Virga kind of thing, you know, where he's the greatest person on the server, and you really want to love him, you know, because he's awful, he's Greek, he's a furry probably at the same time. He says he's not a furry, but it's pretty obvious that he's a furry. And his name is just Doom Gaming, so, you know, S tier, obviously. S tier obviously. So, you know, easy like that. Max. Last time Max was actually pretty high on the tier list, and I don't really think I should change that, honestly. Max is a pretty cool dude. He doesn't have anything really bad happening with him. He's pretty chill, honestly, so I'm just going to put him back in the A tier. There's nothing really much to change about Max. So yeah, honestly, nothing bad about there. Next, let's talk about Eddie. Now, you might realize something about this profile picture. Yeah, he's a femboy, but only sometimes, which is why I got to put him pretty low in the D tier. You know, if he really embraced his femboy side, I would have to put him higher in the tier list, maybe a C or a B even, but right now he just doesn't embrace this femboy aesthetic, so I gotta put him in the D tier, really. If he was better, maybe I'd put him higher, but you know, until he embraced that femboy side, I gotta put him on D tier. Just happens like that. Next up, we got Calvin. His picture is so small. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so I had to get him from the Discord. His picture is so small that it's completely horrible. You can see that it looks awful. But he told me that this was fine. Because it didn't give me profile picture, I have to put him down a tier. But we don't have the Shadow Realm, so he's going to have to go in the F tier, of course. Just like last time, because he made this Discord server. And without him, I wouldn't be making this tier list. Also, he had some very interesting idea a few days ago. So, you know, it's going to come into this. But it should be fine, I guess. Next up, we got Catnip. Catnip as well asked me to get his profile picture. Now, the difference with Calvin with Catnip is that Catnip's a pretty cool, chill dude, you know? Again, it looks awful, but, you know, just 150 pixels is pretty bad. But he's not a bad person. Honestly, Catnip's pretty cool. Now, I do have to bump him down one rank because, of course, I had to get his profile picture. But I'm going to put him in the C tier instead of the B tier, which isn't too bad, I think. But, you know, it's just how it is. Next up, we got Seal. Seal is my girlfriend, so I'm gonna have to put her in the S tier. That's my opinion. It's not a a choice. It's not. I had to. It's just an opinion. You know, like everybody else on this list. It's just an opinion. It's fine. Next up, we got Michael. Now, Michael, again, he gave me his profile picture. Very nice. And it's a PNG as well, so it's really cool. I actually kind of like Michael. Michael's not too bad. He comes into the chat sometimes. He's a bit more, you know, AFK, but he's not a bad person. But I can't really put him in the S tier knowing that he's not very active. So I got to put him at least in the A tier. But, you know, I think that's good enough for Michael. Honestly, A tier, pretty good. Pabatoni. Now, Pabatoni, I had him in the last tier list video. If you guys remember, he was in A tier, but I gotta put him up to S tier now because of just what he's been doing. He's been way more active on the server. He's been great. He's been making his own mod for Hoi. Like, if I had to put him anywhere, it would be the top tier because he's just that good. Like, honestly, top tier Pabatoni is great. Let's go to Seth Gaming. Now, Seth is an okay dude, but he did some things a while ago that was a bit controversial on the other Discord server. And if I have to mix all the Discord servers together, it's gonna have to affect the score. I would probably put him in more of a A tier probably, but you know, with a lot of things, I have to put him with Eddie in the D tier. Sorry, but that's just how it goes, you know. Noah. Now Noah, I would put him in the A tier, but again, he didn't give me his profile picture, so it looks like shit. It looks awful. It looks worse than the Calvin one and the Catnip one. So, yeah. In all seriousness, I would put him originally in the A tier, but you know, with how things go, you gotta be put in the B tier. Like, it's not personal. It's just that, you know, you didn't give me your profile picture. Come on, like this is normal, right? Wow, Walter, and oh my God, his picture is massive. Holy shit. Well, because of that, last time I did put him in the E tier, and I'm gonna have to keep that decision because holy shit, this is, wow, this is a big picture. So you're gonna be putting the E tier, and real quick, I'm gonna try to get back the tier. That was insane. So yeah, he's going back in the E tier like last time. He did give me his profile picture, so I thought I was move him up. But I have a rule: if you mess up with a tier list by having your picture too big, you get put down a tier. So that's just how it's gonna go. Next up, we got Catspaw. Catspaw is a very interesting way because Catspaw actually made the server have a revolution of Catspaw clone. So that's pretty interesting. I think that actually bumps him up to B tier because he had a whole revolution around him. He had a Catspaw 13, Catspaw 12, Catspaw 11, Dogpaw at one point, you know. So it really was kind of cool. I didn't really mind. And he finally opened his mic to talk to us. So you gotta bump him up for that. So B tier is where he's gonna sit. Next up, we got Zivillian. Zivillian is an anime girl, a femboy, but this time he actually shows it. You know, he's really got that femboy class. So I'm gonna have to put him in the C tier. He's also a furry at the same time, so you know, I could bump him down, but because he's more affirmative about it, and because he shows it, I'm gonna put him in the C tier where he really belongs. And then we got Sean. Now Sean, sadly, I forgot to add him in the last tier list, but he did give me his profile picture last time, so I'm not gonna put him too low for not giving me his profile picture, but I will put him at where I think he deserves to be, and that is an A tier. Sean's a pretty cool dude, pretty chill, awesome, A tier. And I think, and now we come to James. James again did not give me his profile picture, so it looks like horseshit. But James not really a cool dude. He does some pretty weird things, and I'm sorry, James, but you're gonna have to go in the E tier because just how he is. You know, there's a lot of things that really don't inspire confidence in James. We're gonna say you can barely tell what his profile picture is as well. So you know that's another thing. Now I think we come to the last person on this list, which is gonna have to be Miltech. Now Miltech did give me his profile picture, but this is the only thing he could get from his profile picture. He doesn't have it saved on his computer for some reason. So, what do I think of Miltech? Last time I put Miltech in the Shadow Realm. I don't believe he deserves to be in that spot anymore. Honestly, he's improved a lot, and I really respect that from him. But again, he does some really weird things. Now, I would be considered to put him in the B tier, but I'm sorry to say, but he just deserves to. I'm sorry, Miltech, but you have to go in the C tier with the rest of the plebeians. There's not much else that I would put him there, but you know, it's just how it goes. And that is it for the 2024 Discord tier list. Now, if you realize this isn't my Discord, this is a completely different Discord. If you want to find the first one, it's somewhere online. Just type Discord tier list. You'll probably find it. It's made by some guy named Revolutionary Geese. It's got the same voice, so it's probably me. Maybe. Who knows? Anyways, this is the official tier list. If anybody else releases another tier list, it is fake. Anyways, thanks for watching, and don't add me.